indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call from here. Gil. Gil's not here right now. Broker.
Yeah, here.
Shooty.
Here.
Krieger. Here. Proctor.
Here.
5 present. Approve the minutes of the September 10th meeting.
Motion approved. Second.
Motion by Krieger, second by Broker to approve the minutes of the September 10th, 2024 City Council meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any public comment tonight? No public comment. Number 6, recognition of Eagle Scout Dane Freund for his contribution to the city of Kiel. Very good.
Dane is here with us tonight. Dane, why don't you explain exactly what the project was that you did for us? You don't have to step all the way up here, that's fine, you can stand there.
So what I did is I raised money and purchased a PU from Windsor Industries, local in Kiel, and we installed it in System Park over towards Rockville.
And he brought with him a plaque that we're gonna put on the pier in recognition of his work. Very good. And then he's got leftover funds that, from the donations he collected, that he's donating to the city's park fund that we're gonna put towards, our parks and rec.
Awesome.
Outstanding job, well done.
Good job.
We very appreciate it. We took a photo with the mayor earlier and put that out there, so. And good luck to you in your studies. He's going on to study aerospace engineering. Where are you going? Florida.
So my number one school where I've been accepted is Underwood Aeronautical University in the Sunshine, Florida.
Awesome.
I'm hoping that.
That's outstanding. Good for you. Remember us little people in Kiel. Give a shout out to small town Kiel when you're on the big stage.
When you fly over, do a wiggle like that.
Yeah, there you go. And point to my kids on your fishing pier.
Yeah.
So.
Are you gonna have a Eagle Scout ceremony when you
I will
get that far? At some point? Very good. 'Cause I usually attend those.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Let me know, and, cause I usually get some information from you to do a proclamation at that point in time, so, thank you.
It should be noted, there was Kiel Fishing Game Club, Sutner Accounting, Kiel Ace Harbor, Kiel Quick Trip, Kiel Premier Financial, and Kiel Cellcom also contributed financially to help him accomplish this. So thank you to all those businesses and clubs, groups. So
Awesome.
outstanding work. Very proud of you. Thank you again.
Very good.
Those are fun things to have on the agenda, huh?
Yeah. Number 7, consideration of city trick or treat on Sunday, October 27th, 4 to 6 p.m.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Broker, second by Ocker to approve city trick or treat on Sunday, October 27th, 4 to 6 p.m. All in favor signify by saying
I
aye.
have a comment first, please. I have a comment.
Sure.
I've had several people ask if we could consider having it 4 to 6 from like 2 to 5. Because it gets so dark early that time of the year. I don't know. I thought I'd bring it to the council and send it to them to see what they say.
I don't think that's a bad recommendation,
I don't either. I'd be willing to.
cause I think they used to do it a lot earlier.
It was. It was
Yeah.
3 to 5 in the past, and then we had some public that asked for it to be 4 to 6, because there were some that wanted to be in the darker hours for costumes with colors and lights and everything else. So it's really your call as to what you want to do. No matter what you do, somebody's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I would stand by my motion to let this one go, but yeah, in the future to consider a little bit earlier to,
Get some feedback on it.
just for safety,
Yeah.
and get some
Yeah, for
feedback,
safety.
yep,
Right.
Yeah, a lot of them don't have anything reflective on,
yeah.
Agreed.
and, that's kinda scary. I mean,
I know the police department every year, we used to work with AAA, and we put out stuff for the parents to flashlights and other things. A lot of the communities around us, and even like Sheboygan and some of the other bigger communities, do a later time than what we do, because they like the nighttime hours, mainly because a lot of the costumes were built to be at night. However, I don't think it's anything we need to put a lot of effort into arguing or discussing over, but the public will tell us if they want to change it, or hopefully people watching it right now will reach out and tell us what they think.
yeah, yeah.
But valid issues on both sides, so.
Okay. Okay, so we do have a motion on the floor from Broker and seconded by Actor to approve trick-or-treating on Sunday, October 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. And yes. I'm opposed.
Motion carries 4 to 1. Okay, number 8, resolution for city administrator to participate in the Wisconsin Recycling Grant Program.
By law and by the program under the Wisconsin Administrative Code, in order for me to apply for the annual grant through the natural resources, there has to be a resolution of this council to give me permission to apply for the grant. So once we get the money every year, and in the past, we've been able to do it, so you're giving me the authority to file for that grant to seek those funds.
I'll make a motion to authorize the administrator to administer the recycling grant program.
Second.
Participate.
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 Well, that's not what the resolution says in print.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
What does the resolution say?
Authorizing the city administrator to administer the recycling grant program.
Correct. That's what we've done.
I was looking at the agenda.
Maybe it
Sure.
should be the Kiel, Wisconsin Recycling Grant Program. Because you're not administering the whole thing, right? You're just doing for this.
If we're gonna
year.
change the resolution, then we'll have to bring this back and I will miss the deadline, but I used the same resolution that was done for the last
6/20?
years.
Yeah, okay.
So your motion is to approve
The resolution.
ordinance 620?
No.
Resolution
Oh, that's not- that's not the
2024-5.
one. I'm sorry, I got the wrong one.
2024-5.
2024-5, authorizing the city administrator to administer the recycling grant program.
Correct.
Just as it reads.
Correct.
Okay. And who was the second?
Me.
Shooty? Okay, so motion by Broker, second by Shooty, to approve resolution number 2024-5, authorizing the city administrator to administer the recycling grant program. Roll call from?
Yes.
Broker?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yes.
Krieger?
Yes.
Actor?
Yes.
5-0, motion carries.
Could you maybe make a notation for next year that we get that, I don't know, reworded so it reflects just the city, because that, unless that's a document that the state sent, yeah,
I
It-
don't,
It's our own city resolution.
yeah,
okay.
which is a requirement from the state grant.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it just, like I said, it just kind of looks like you're doing the whole program instead of just the Kiel part. But that's okay.
Okay. Number 9, a consideration of ordinance number 620, amending chapter 8 for sidewalk repair.
This was the ordinances that Chris brought up concerns about the dates, so we met with an ordinance committee, struck out the dates, and changed the language to reflect that the city will not repair. If we are involved in the sidewalk work, we are going to only replace. The homeowner still has the opportunity to repair or replace, but the city contractors will only replace. We took out the deadlines to allow us more time if we need to, like what happened this year during the changes and everything that occurred. It doesn't hold us to specific dates. But the letters, if this is approved, the letters for the sidewalks that were inspected, the inspection is done, will go out very soon, and they will have until next year, August 15th, August of next year to comply. Had a few calls about it and explained it to people, and they understood.
Okay. Any discussion on this?
Make a motion, we adopt and approve ordinance number 620, amending chapter 8 for sidewalk repairs per the exhibit in our packet.
Second.
Any additional discussion? Okay, motion by Broker, second by Fromm to approve ordinance number 620, sidewalk repair as presented in the package. Roll call. Fromm?
Yes.
Broker?
Yes.
Shooty?
Yeah.
Krieger?
Yes.
Actor? 5-0, motion carries. Number 10, consideration of employment agreement for full-time paramedics for the Kiel Ambulance Service.
So we got it done. I took the information that was provided by the fire chief and EMS chief that was discussed in length in the past, created an introductory document, created the whole document that you saw, went through it, we worked cooperatively with them. We focused the agreement on anything and everything that wasn't addressed either in their specific standard operating guidelines or in the employee handbook. That's why if you look at it, you don't see a full comprehensive, because we make clear references to the employee handbook and their standard operating guidelines. So one other person had reached out and asked about why isn't training addressed in this. It is addressed in their policy manual, similar to what the police department does. So any carve-outs, and this is a fluid document, but we went through it, met with the 4 paramedics. Everybody was in agreement with the document that you saw. We cleaned up the language with regards to hours of work and the pay periods and everything else, and it was approved. Everybody felt it was fair and equitable, and then we have already started the onboarding process, and they are ready to go. So it's a proud, historic day for us if we approve this, moving forward for Kiel to provide full-time paramedic service in the city.
I will make the motion that we approve the employment agreement for the full-time paramedics for the Kiel ambulance.
Second.
Any additional discussion on this? Motion by Shudi, second by Fromm, to approve the employment agreement for full-time paramedics of the Kiel ambulance service. Roll call: Fromm.
Yes.
Broker.
Yes.
Shudi.
Yes.
Krieger.
Yes.
Proctor.
Yes.
5-0, motion carries. Number 11, consideration to open certificate of deposit for Kiel Fire Department training facility.
As if you recall, at a previous meeting, you accepted a donation of a significant amount of money from the Anthill Mob to be used for a future to be developed Kiel Fire Department training facility. Of note, the Kiel Fire Department staff will be at the committee of the whole meeting to explain to you what that's all about. They had every intention of doing that. The donation came in before they could come to you and explain what they're doing. Because this is probably down the road and they haven't started their actual campaign, fundraising campaign for it yet at this point, they don't want this money just sitting there, so we looked at different funding options, and some of our advisors recommended a certificate of deposit, so I want to make sure that everybody understood where the money was going and what we're going to do with it. So the fire department would like to open up a separate CD specifically for that funding from Anthill Mob. When they launched their fundraising campaign, they're looking at opening a money market account to make deposits specifically into that. So just looking for your approval to do that.
I'll make the motion that we approve the Kiel Fire Department certificate, to create a certificate of deposit for the proposed potential training facility.
Second.
Any discussion on this?
I'm in favor of it, obviously, because we're gonna save the money, we're gonna pick up some interest rate, but fire department's part of the general fund, just like everybody else is part of the general fund, right? Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't do this very often for other purposes, do we?
No, we don't. It's unique in the fact that the sizable amount of the donation was what was unique about it.
But I mean, for other campaigns, for anything, right? I mean,
No, we usually set
community
up.
center has done things in the past.
Yeah, I think we usually set up a fund within the general fund that we put
A line item in
funds
there
to.
for
Yeah,
that,
yeah. We would set up an account in the general fund that we would put this in.
And this may be
But-
a while before they.
Correct.
Well, that's fine if it's a,
I think it's mainly to invest the CD, to get,
Yeah,
invest the funds in the CD at this point.
Just kind of lock it up so it doesn't go anywhere else.
Correct.
Yeah, it was an unusual circumstance, and that's why they reached out and asked to do that. I checked with our bank. They said their advised option would be a CD due to the time involved of when this might actually hit shovel to dirt if that happens. But you're correct. And eventually it will become that.
Okay, any other discussion? Motion by Shudi, second by Krieger, to approve the opening of a certificate of deposit for the Kiel Fire Department training facility with the donated funds by the Anthill Mob. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, consideration of operator license for Brandy Cramper.
As you can see from the memo provided to the city clerk by Police Chief Genty, he is recommending denial of operator's license for failure to disclose previous convictions.
So he has not had, or any other person in the department has not had a response to that?
No.
That's kinda unfortunate. I mean, it's three traffic violations.
Yeah.
That's,
We've gone through this in the past.
Yeah.
In my previous employ, they are handed a document that tells them,
exactly.
list everything, and if you don't know, I've heard them in my new role, I've heard them say, if you're not sure or you don't know, write, I don't know, or question mark, and then when they find it, they reach out to the people, and, from what I understand, there was no reply.
Well, I applaud him for at least going back to her and asking,
Yeah.
via phone message, because there's no denying it. There's violations there that weren't disclosed, and on that basis, I'll make the motion to deny the operator's license.
I'll second it.
What's the waiting period to try again?
6 months.
6 months, yep.
It is a shame though.
Yeah.
I bet she thinks that,
There's
you know,
definitely a
she's
head
gonna
scratcher
turn
for
down.
me.
This is like the third one now for an agent for Dollar General.
Yep. Those are more significant violations. than
Yeah,
others.
obviously, yep.
Yeah, but it has to be listed. Many times I would call somebody and say, did you forget about this? Oh my gosh. And I would let them come in, add it to the application, and initial it. I would co-initial it. And Chief Genty does the same thing with it. So these people have every opportunity to list it and correct it. So it's unfortunate.
Okay, any more discussion on this one? Motion by Broker, second by Shooty to deny the operator license for Brandy Kremper. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 5-0, and adjournment.
Second.
Motion by Krieger, second by Fromm to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.